हेलो फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप लोग? आई डॉक्टर अनुज. टुडे we are going to discuss S block elements. In last video we have already discussed periodic table, groups, periods, different types of blocks, and how to know the exact location of a given electronic configuration. Today we will discuss S block elements and the properties due to electronic configuration, ionization energy, hydration enthalpy, and some other properties, physical properties. And tomorrow we will discuss chemical properties of S block elements. Okay, let's start. You can see S block elements found in two groups in periodic table. First A group and second A group. Okay, first A group elements are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, RbCs, Fr. Okay. Similarly, in second A group, the elements are Be, Mg, Ca, Sr, Ba, Ra, and okay. And you can remember these elements by simplify some codes. Okay, like that: He, Lima, Ne, Ki, Rab, Se, Faryad. Okay. Similar this: beta, mange, car, scooter, baap, re. Okay, you can remember these codes and you can remember these elements on the basis of these codes. Okay, and the atomic number of this, you know, hydrogen is atomic number 1, and you can add 2 number in atomic number of hydrogen, then you will find the 3 atomic number of lithium. Similarly, you can add 3 plus 8, then you will find 11 for sodium, then you can add 8, then you will find 19 for potassium. Similarly, 18, 18 and 32. This is the trend of addition to find the atomic number of first A group elements: 2, 8, 8, 18, 18 and 32. Okay, you should remember to learn the atomic number of first A group elements and the name of first A groups by the coding some in your language. Okay. Second A group elements are Be, Mg, and Be, you know, the atomic number is 4. Then if you add 8 number in 4, then you will find 12, which is the atomic number of Mg. Then add 8, then you will find 20 atomic number, which is for Ca, calcium. Then similarly 18, 18 and 32. Then you will find the exact atomic number of next element in the group. Okay, so you need to learn these numbers. These numbers are magic numbers. Okay. Now we are talking about the electronic configuration of S block elements. The electronic configuration of S block elements will be NS1 to 2, maybe S1 or maybe S2. Okay. On the basis of number of electron in S orbital, the group will be decided. If there is 1 electron, then it will be first A group element. Okay, we have already discussed in last video, and link of that video is given in description box, and you can find that video. Okay, if S orbital have 2 electrons, then the group is second A. Okay, the electronic configuration is for hydrogen 1s1 because it has only 1 electron, so you will put 1 electron in S orbital because S orbital have capacity only for 2 electrons, so it can occupy only 2 electrons. Okay, but here is only 1 electron, so you will put this electron in first S orbital. Okay, now atomic number 3, 1s2 and 2s1, sorry. Okay, okay, 1s2 and 2s1. Similarly, sodium 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. You will find the 3s1, and this is the valence shell. Okay, the outermost electron, the last electron in which orbital shell is present, this is the valence orbital or valence shell. Okay, so the last electron is in 1s orbital and 1 shell, so it is the valence shell of hydrogen is 1s1. In lithium, last electron enter in 2s orbital, so this is the valence shell and this is the valence electron. Okay, similarly the last electron in sodium will appear in 3s orbital, so the 3s is the valence cell, and this electron is the valence electron. Okay, before 2s1 here, if you can see here, before 2s you will find 1s2. Okay, and 2 electrons are helium atomic number. Okay, and helium is the first inert gas. Okay, so we can write this electronic configuration like this. This is the inert gas electronic configuration, and 2s1 is the valence shell. Similarly here you have 11 atomic number, then you have 11 atomic number, then you can write this 10 and 1. 10 is the neon, which is inert gas, second inert gas. So you can write the electronic configuration in this fashion also. Neon 3s1. 3s1 is the valence shell electron. Okay, third orbital. Okay, third cell. Okay. Similarly for potassium, you will find the configuration 4s1 as the valence shell electronic configuration, and argon is 18 atomic number, 18 plus 1. Okay, 18 plus 1. 18 is the argon atomic number, which is inert gas. So you can write this also like this, argon 4s1. Okay, now Rb. So similarly you will find the valence shell is 5s1, and before this is 36. 36 is the krypton, which is inert gas. Okay, so you can write this electronic configuration in this fashion. So you can write all atoms of first group in fashion of simply electronic configuration, then where you will find the valence shell is 1s1, 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, 6s1 and 7s1. Or you can also write the electronic configuration in the fashion of inert gas, where you will find simply from lithium He2s1 and E3s1, Ar4s1, Kr5s1, Xe xenon 6s1, radon 7s1. Okay, now we are going to discuss the electronic configuration of secondary group, because the valence orbital have valence s orbital have 2 electrons, so the group is secondary group. Okay, I have discussed how to design the group number. Okay, so you can watch my last video, and then you will find how to design this. Okay, for S block, P block and D block is different calculations. Okay, now secondary group elements are Be, Mg, Ca, Sr and Ba. If you look for the electronic configuration, then 4 is 1s2, 2s2, and you know very well about this. 4 is equal to 2 plus 2. 2 is the first inert gas for helium, so it is helium 2s2 electronic configuration. I write in this fashion, or you can also write electronic configuration fashion. Okay, for Mg, if you write the electronic configuration in the fashion of electronic distribution, then you will find the 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. Okay, or you can write 12 in this fashion. 12 is equal to 10 plus 2. 10 is the inert gas, second inert gas electron configuration, so Ne3s2. Okay, similarly 20, then you can write Ar4s2, 38 krypton 5s2, Ba xenon 6s2 and Ra radon 7s2. Okay, so you can write the electronic configuration in two ways, where the electronic distribution, that is electronic configuration of the valence shell. Okay, or you can write the electronic configuration in the fashion of inert gas configuration. Okay, so you need to write the first the near inert gas, and then you can write the valence shell electronic configuration. Okay, so this is all about the electronic configuration, how to write and what is the relationship, how can we write the atomic number by adding some magic numbers. Okay, so you can write simply the electronic configuration on this pattern. Okay, now we are going to discuss some properties of S block elements. Okay, so first of all, if we discuss the definition of S block element, then you need to define that these are those elements in which last electron enters in S orbital. So these are known as S block element. Okay, as last electron enters in S orbital, you can see in every case you will find the last electron entry in S orbital. So these orbitals are known as S block element. Okay, now second point is that first A group elements known as alkali metals. Why first group elements known as alkali metals, because first group elements like lithium, potassium, sodium, these elements when react with water, they form hydroxide, which is strongly alkaline media, okay, which is strongly alkaline in nature. So first A group elements known as alkali metals, okay. Another point is that second A group elements known as alkaline earth metals. Why it is alkaline earth metal? As name indicating, alkaline and earth, okay. Alkaline mean alkaline nature and earth mean earth crust, okay. So it has been observed that when second A group elements react with second A elements can form hydroxides and oxides on the reaction of water, okay. And because their hydroxides are alkaline nature, so the name is alkaline, okay. And their oxides are found in earth crust, so the name is related to earth, okay. So alkaline earth metals, because of their hydroxide and oxides are alkaline in nature, and their oxides found in earth crust, okay. So second A group elements known as alkaline earth metals, okay. Now next point is, these metals, it has been observed that these metals are soft and having low melting point and boiling point. Why melting point and boiling point are weak for s block elements? Because you can see here their valence shell electrons, if we talk about first A group only, first A groups have one electron in their valence shell, and when they interact with each other, these elements, that means in metallic bond, okay. So there is a metal bond, metallic interaction, metallic bonding is very weak because poor electron density in valence shell of s block elements. So there is weak metallic metallic bonding, okay. There is no much electron density to form a strong enough bond between two crystal of metals, okay. So it has been observed that these metals are soft and low melting point and boiling point, okay. Now we are going to discuss some typical properties of s block elements on the basis of valence shell electronic configuration, okay. You know very well about that. For first A group element, the valence shell electronic configuration is ns1, where only one electron is present in outermost shell, okay. And another, in a second group, you will find two electrons in valence shell, okay, outermost shell, okay. So on the basis of these electrons, we will define some their typical properties related to some physical applications, okay, physical properties, okay. So if you look here carefully, then you will find the interesting phenomena is here. What is the interesting phenomena is this, okay. Now if we look lithium, okay, lithium is 3 and the electronic configuration is this, okay. Here is inert gas configuration, and valence shell has only one electron. If you remove this electron, then you will find the stable electronic configuration. So this electron is loosely bound with this with inner electronic configuration. So you can say that this electron is loosely bound, and when it will get a little bit energy, then this electron will remove to get a stable electronic configuration, okay. So this is the valence shell electronic properties, and this property will define many applications of these elements, okay. Now we are going to discuss stepwise these properties. These metals are very reactive metals because they easily remove their valence shell electron to get stable electronic configuration like this: helium, neon, argon. So these electrons are loosely bound, and these electrons can be easily removed from the valence shell and to get stable electronic configuration. So these metals are very reactive. So that's why these elements never found in nature in their free state. That's why these metals are also never found in their free nature, okay, because of loosely bound valence shell electrons, okay. Another point is that they readily forms ionic compound. They readily forms ionic compound because their valence electron are loosely bound and they can easily uh, easily remove or easily involve in any bonding. So that's why their compounds are mostly ionic compounds like lithium chloride, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, calcium chloride. Okay, so these complexes are mostly uh, ionic compound except Bu or Mg. I will discuss. Okay, these elements shows fixed valency. Fixed valency, why fixed valency? Because you can see here the electronic configuration of s block elements is ns1 1 to 2. So s orbital have one electron or two electrons. So on the basis of interaction with other species, they can release one electron or two electrons only. If first a group, then it can involve one electrons. If second A group, then it can involve two electrons in the bonding, so they can show one valency or two valency. So they shows only fixed valency. Okay, so lithium can't show plus two valency because if it remove one electron, then it will get stable electronic configuration. That is first inert gas electronic configuration, and if it remove two electrons, then it will remove from one electron from one s orbital, which is very typical because inert gas electronic configuration exists after removal one electron from lithium. Okay, so these readily form ionic compounds. Okay, and fixed valency. Another point is that the ionization energy of these elements is very low. We have already discussed the factor is that valence shell electron is loosely bound because of existence of uh, inert gas electronic configuration. Okay, if you remove this electron, then you will get electronic configuration of inert gas. So this electron can be easily removed. So ionization energy will also be low. Ionization energy, the amount of energy to require one electron. Okay, so known as ionization energy. Okay, so these elements shows very poor, very low ionization energy. That's why these elements are highly electropositive. Okay, these elements easily remove electrons, lithium 1 positive plus electrons. So these elements are highly electropositive element in nature. Highly electropositive, that means they are good reducing agent. Okay, good reducing agent, that means reducing agent. What is the reducing agent? Which gives electrons to reduce another species and itself is oxidized. Okay, suppose here is sodium and another species is M, suppose, and it is electron deficient, electron vacant, then sodium can release one electron to give in vacant orbital of another species. So this species is reduced because it accepts the electron. Okay, so these elements can easily donate or remove the valence shell electrons to reduce other species. So these elements are good reducing agent because the loosely bound valence shell electron. So that's why all factors depends on the electronic configuration of these elements. Okay, so that's why if these are good reducing agent, that's why high electrode potential. Okay, high negative electrode potential, that is reduction potential will be high. If good reducing agent, then reduction potential will be high. Okay, another point is that these elements are good conductor of heat and electricity. Why? Because of same reason, loosely bound electron, valence shell electron, so they can easily regulate the electron moments in any solution and something. Okay, so they are easily they are good conductor of heat and electricity. Another point is that hydration enthalpy. If we look the hydration enthalpy, what about the hydration enthalpy? Hydration enthalpy, you can see here, hydration enthalpy. Okay, hydration enthalpy. hydration enthalpy. Okay, now we are going to discuss the hydration enthalpy. What about the what will be the hydration enthalpy, yeah, hydration order? Okay, so it has been observed that as decrease the size of ionic species, the hydration enthalpy will be high. Hydration, that means when it will react with water, then some water molecule will collect around the positive ion from the interaction of dipole interaction or ionic interaction, and this phenomena is known as hydration, and the release energy is hydration energy. Okay, so if you have some ions like this, lithium, sodium and potassium, K positive. Okay, so which elements exhibit highest hydration enthalpy? So the size of ion, hydration enthalpy directly proportional to 1 upon ionic size. Ionic size. The ionic size is very low for lithium because top to bottom the size will be increased. Okay, so the lowest size, so highest the hydration enthalpy. So lithium exhibit highest hydration enthalpy, and the exact order of these elements is this. Okay, so that's why mostly lithium salt are hydrated in nature. Okay, now if we talk about the atomic size or ionic size of S block elements, atomic size and ionic size, atomic size or ionic size. Okay, ionic size, then you can find here, from if you go from top to bottom, then atomic number is going to increase. Okay, and atomic number is going to increase, that means number of cell is going to increase. Number of cell increase, that means atom is going to increase in size. Okay, this is a small atom, then this, then this, then this. This is the highest extra bigger as compared to other elements. Okay, so from top to bottom, if you look here, from top to bottom, size will be increased. Okay, size increase. Okay, size will be increased. If here is one point, if you have neutral element, S block element, and you have another, it's positive elements. Okay, that means M positive and plus electron. So which one is high in size, this one and this one? So you can see here, this is lithium, and lithium electronic configuration is 1s2 and 2s1. Okay, and if you remove one electron from here, then you will find lithium is 1s2 and 2s1, and lithium 1 positive is only 2s2. So here is two classes. Okay, 1 and 2 cell. Okay, and here is only one cell. So which one is big atom? This one is big atom because it have two cell. It has two cell and it has only one cell. Okay, and also you can see, you can tell that when electron is removed from the valence shell of lithium, then electronic charge is decreased, but nuclear charge is constant because number of electron, number of proton are equal in a atom. If you remove the valence shell electron, then nuclear charge is going to increase. Okay, so nuclear charge is constant in both cases. Okay, but here the nuclear charge will be distributed in 3 electrons, but here nuclear charge will distribute in only 2 electrons. So where is the maximum force? In case of this, nuclear charge will be high as compared to this. So nuclear charge is high, then atom will be decrease in size. Okay, due to the attraction of nucleus on the valence, on the outermost shell electrons. Okay, so the size of lithium 1 positive is decreased. So always M positive will be small as compared to M. Okay, this is the ionic size and this is the atomic size. Okay, Another point is that color. What about the color of S block elements? If we talk about the color property, this is the color. What about the color? And you can see here, this is lithium, sodium, potassium, RBCS. Okay. If we talk about the color, this is the crimson red color. Okay, and this is yellow. Okay, and this is violet. Okay, why these elements exhibit color? Because of loosely bound valence shell electron. Okay, and this electron when gets some heat, and when this electron gets some heat from any external source, and this is the element, this is the outermost shell, 1s or 2s1 or 3s1. Okay, when heat will be transferred to this, then this electron will jump into the excited state. This is the excited state, this is the ground state. So when heat transferred to this element, then this electron will get some energy and will jump into the excited state. And when this electron come back into its ground state, then it will release some radiation. And this radiation is appeared in visible region. Okay, invisible region. So that's why these elements exhibit some colors. Okay, and this one is red color and this one is blue color. So you need to remember these colors. So that's why on the basis of color identification, we can identify the S block elements. Okay, this is the flame test. Okay, flame is the oxidant flame which provide the energy. Okay, so S block elements can also give flame test, and on the basis of flame test, we can identify the eject element, that is lithium, sodium, potassium. We can identify on the basis of color of flame. Okay, so this is all about the some electronic configuration and properties of S block element. Tomorrow we will discuss the chemical properties of S block elements. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.